يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية
زاد أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن. وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه. أما بعد. To recap, Ribba in transactions. The first type of this Ribba is called Ribba al-Fadl. Fadl means an extra, something that is extra than the original thing. This calls Fadl, something that is ziyada, extra. And this is limited, as per the hadith of Ubadah ibn Samit, may Allah be pleased with him, in 6 things. These 6 things are divided into 2 categories, as the scholars classified them. We have gold and silver, which are under the category of things that are used as price or value. And underneath them is included the currencies: euros, dollars, reals, dinars, dirhams, yen, and the likes. Then we have a second category, which are known as staple food, that are measured by weight or size. And these are mainly wheat, barley, dates, and salt. And underneath them falls whatever is like them. Wheat and barley refer to all grains such as corn, rice, and the likes. And dates for dried fruits such as raisin, dried apricots, and the likes. And salt falls under it, spices, different types of spices that we use and sell and people consume. And to understand this categorization, scholars say you have to understand 2 concepts. One, the reason. What's the reason behind the prohibition of gold, silver, and currencies? The value, the price. This is anything that people consider as a price or value. Riba is occurring in it. It has to be understood. So even cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the likes, though there is a difference of opinion among the prohibition of using it, still it's considered to be riba commodities or wealth. You cannot deal with it in the same currency, because this is the second type. So we have the reason, then we have the type. What is the type? The type of commodity that we are using. So if you understand this issue of gold being a type or a kind, silver being a kind, and these 2 have a reason. Then we have the 4 other categories of wheat, barley, dates, and salt being different kinds or types, and they have their own reason. Once you understand this, you find out that the issues of understanding riba becomes easy. With staple food, the vast majority said that the reason is it's staple, it can be stored, so it would not go bad like fruits and the likes. We can store it for 6 months, a year without having a problem. Other scholars said no, it has to be staple food, but it must be weighed either, it must be measured either by weight or by size. And this is the choice of Ibn Taymiyyah and other scholars as well. And the difference is minute, because both of them mostly are joined. So whatever you can store, this can be part of staple food, providing it is stored naturally. So keeping it in fridges is not considered staple food if you do this. And we spoke last class about how to sell. And we said that if the kind is the same, gold with gold, dollars with dollars, it has to be identical. I have $100 bill. I'll give it to you. You give it to me $90 in tens. This is Ribba. Though it's simultaneous, you can't do that. You have to give me 10 $10 bills so that it would be identical. So this is number one. The kind is the same, it has to be identical. If the kinds are different, but the reason is the same, so if it's gold versus silver, the reason is value and price, it's the same. But the kinds are different, I can sell an exchange providing one condition is fulfilled, and that is it has to be simultaneous. Give and take at the same time. And we will come to the issue of buying online and the likes. Thirdly, if the reason is different or not available, applicable, and it's a different kind, then there's no problem. Meaning, if I want to buy dates with dates, it has to be equal, haram. If I want to buy dates with barley, it has to be simultaneous, but the quantity can be different. If I want to buy dates with dollars, then I'm fine. I'm clear. The quantity definitely is not going to be different, is not going to be the same, and it doesn't have to be simultaneous. I can postpone delivery or postpone payment without any problem in that. If it is out of these 6 kinds or these 2 categories, then selling is no problem. Going to the market and exchanging my car for 2 cars. My car is expensive, so I buy 2 other cheap used cars with it, no problem. Going to the market and buying a ton of steel, and I will pay for it later on with money in installments or in other commodity, there is no problem in that, because the reason is not there and the 6 kinds are not also applicable there. And these concepts, or this concept of understanding Ribba al-Fadl, eliminates a lot of dispute, a lot of differences that may occur when we deal with riba. The moment you understand it, you are in the clear. And the more you read the hadith governing it, you will understand it easily. Bilal ibn Rabah, may Allah be pleased with him, once brought the Prophet ﷺ 1 sa' of good dates, good quality. And the Prophet did not recognize it. And he said, Bilal, where did you get this? So Bilal said, we had 2 sa' of bad date, bad quality. So I went to the market and bought this with that. The Prophet said, awwah, awwah. This is exact riba. In our logic, we would say, what's the difference? Exchanging 2 a sa' of dates with 1 good quality. What's the difference? We're both happy. Ribba is not about consent between the 2. Fornication, zina, happens with the consent of both the man and the woman. It doesn't make it halal. Likewise, riba. So you have to follow the reasons, whether you understand it or you don't. But this is the law. This is the Sharia. So the Prophet said, you've committed riba. What should I have done, O Prophet of Allah? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Prophet said, you should have sold the 2 sa's, cash the money. Now, if you want to buy 1 sa' of good quality dates from the same buyer or from another buyer, it's up to you. But now it's a different transaction. These are 2 separate transactions, not related to one another. Giving 2 sa' in exchange of 1 makes it riba and one of the major sins. And this is how we have to adapt the Sharia and the hadith, and to understand it as they were given to us without going into, but what's the logic? Because this is a religion and it's not something mathematical that you have to apply logic to it. This is a form of worship of Allah the Almighty. You comply, you go to Jannah. You don't, unfortunately, you fail. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله نبينا محمد.
يا راغبا في كل علم نافع.
ينمو العلم ويتقدم بتقنياته ومجالاته، ومعه نطور أدواتنا في تقديم العلم الشرعي. أكاديمية زاد
أكاديمية ينبوعها صاف ليروي غلة الظمآن، وتعلم الفقه الميسر عاملا بالشرع دون تعصب لفلان. بشرى لنا زاد أكاديمية للعلم كالأزهار في البستان.